Hello everybody, this is Stephen Fleetwood Joyce in the GM's Academy, and this episode we're looking at how to not get stuck in RPGs. Hello everyone, this is the Lazy GM Academy, where we give you ideas, tips and tricks for how to make your game better without ever having to work harder. This episode, we're giving you advice on how not to get stuck when running a game. So, have you ever been in a position where you've got to a point in a game, no one has a clue what to do next, you're staring at the players, they're staring at you, and the game has ground to a halt. No one has any ideas, no one has a plan. This is a serious failure state for a game. No one's having fun while everyone's staring there going, I don't know. So what you need to do, if your players are confused, and that's generally the situation, the players are confused, they can't think of a solution. This is a problem for us as GMs. The reason it's a problem for us is because your players' window to the world is everything their GM describes. Their information from the world is everything you're telling them. They get it all from you. You are their eyes and their ears and everything around it. If they're stuck, they probably can't move forward without you. Unless, here's my sneaky little tip to get you through with this. If your players are stuck and they're sitting and they're discussing things, they're discussing solutions, they're discussing ways through the problem, they're discussing ideas, then you can pick one of those ideas and run with it. If your players can't see your idea, then go with one of theirs. This is super important. And part of the reason why this is so important is very simple. If you keep just one idea in your brain as the only way forward, then until everyone gets that, you're not going anywhere. And it may seem the most obvious thing in the world to you. And it will. Of course it does. You invented that idea. But to everyone else, they haven't got a clue. So sure, afterwards you can go and complain about it on the internet to your friends or to various different Reddits or RPGNet or wherever. But right now, wait for them to come up with a solution and run with it. Listen to all the things they're coming up with. Pick the one that sounds the most reasonable, the one that sounds the most actionable, the one that sounds like playing through that will be the most fun for your next hour and a half of play, and just immediately go with that. So, you've picked an idea to run with, but your players are still arguing. They're still arguing because they don't know what's the right idea. You now step in and you give them a hint. You've decided something's the way forward, you give them a hint to confirm it. Maybe an NPC comes and tells them something. Maybe you have a fight scene, and at the end of it, there's a clue on the defeated enemy. Maybe they make a perception check or a search check or an ideas roll or whatever mechanic your system has for that. Something to get your game moving again. This is just a quick hint for how to stop your game freezing. So, once you've then given them the hint, you put a twist on it. Players can get wise that you're just nicking their ideas and making that the solution. So what you do is you put a slight twist on the idea. This is the improv idea of yes and or yes but. So they propose a solution, you secretly decide that's right, and something else is happening, or but something else is happening, and then you provide a clue that shows both. The players get to feel like they've worked something out and they're clever, your game starts moving again, your pace picks back up instead of being dead, and everyone is having fun rather than staring confused at each other. By doing an and or a but, by making a twist on it, your players still get to feel like they're discovering the world and are much slower to notice that you're just nicking their solutions. Now, it also means you can avoid this feeling of a railroading because you've let them have some ideas about which way the plot's going. This is important because a lot of players hate being railroaded, and it means if you haven't got any good ideas, if you are ad-libbing, if you've not done your prep, you can just show a direction, wait for your players to take a path and then declare that that was the royal road all along. That was the right way. Your players will pick a path they like. They'll pick a path that leads you to something that they want, and they'll get to feel clever like they're doing something useful in the setting. This is why I advise, whenever your players are stuck or whenever there's a mystery, do not be afraid of stealing your players' solutions. There is a good chance it's better than yours, and there's an even better chance that they prefer it to yours. So, to sum up, use the ideas players have for how to get to the next part of the adventure, to solve the clue. anything like that. If they've got an idea and it sounds like it makes sense, go with it. When they're having ideas, pick one or more and give them the information that that's the next part of the plan. Then put a twist on it to make it more related to what you wanted to happen, or another faction or part of the game connect in with it. Then you can just move on with your game. This is just my hint for you for something you can do tomorrow to make sure your games are better. Now, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. My name's been Stephen Fleetwood. This is the Lazy GM Academy. Press like and subscribe. We're a brand new channel and every little really helps. Thank you very much.